I've recently seen a news piece that stated that 80% of Australians are unhappy at work. This is shocking, and it seems like there's a lot of information on the problem, but no real solutions are being put forward. Hence, I thought I might look into it and try and find some practical solutions. Let's start with the data. A, a Business Insider opinion poll surveyed 1,001 employed Australians aged 18 to 65 years old. It found that 81% of Australians said that finding meaning in their work would increase their overall happiness levels. Two-thirds value happiness ahead of pay, according to research by RISE, the workplace meaning and happiness consultancy. Australians place great importance in having meaning in their work, with 81% saying it would boost their happiness levels. They also say that they would be happier at work if they felt valued, which was 72%. They were making an impact, 70%, and they had workplace culture. And I find this funny because people have been spending a lot of effort on that. 2 in 5 people say that pressure of not knowing what career they want is a major reason why they stay in their jobs. We are seeing an increased shift in people's mindsets and what they want from their work. Gone are the days where an employee's paycheck was enough to keep them at the job, says Ross Rosriki, founder of Rise. People want businesses to support them in finding meaning in their work and prioritize positive workplace culture rather than simply offering them more money. I think this is only part of the answer. Most companies have spent incredible resources trying to cultivate culture in the last 10 years, but this has not led to any increase in happiness levels. It's easy to tell people to pursue their dreams and find work that is meaningful and will make them happy, but the reality can be difficult to achieve. The survey also found that 2 in 3 workers say they will be more engaged in their work if there was an opportunity to progress in their careers. I don't think this is just a millennial view of wanting to become CEO in 5 years. I think there is a certain amount of disconnect and inability to prove their worth experienced by the workers. Um, Half the people say would also find work more meaningful if their career goals were defined and if their boss was generally concerned with their happiness, as per the previous point. According to a 2016 survey conducted by Survey Sampling International on behalf of Seek Learning, not only were less than half of Australians happy with their jobs, only a small percentage of those were actively looking to change their situation. I would say that this is because everyone knows that this is a countrywide problem and not just one isolated in your sector or company. The same article gave solutions as, then once you have someone who is feeling stressed, it affects their happiness hormones, which means they are more likely to feel unhappy and depressed at work. It can become a bit of a cycle. I personally think that stress is a very minor part of the equation. People will actually go and seek stress in many instances. I think about many juniors trying to find responsibility, people doing skydiving, deep sea diving, sailing. And I think it's the avoidance of stress. Additionally, Curtin Business School research stated that we have all intuitively known that by working long hours without flexibility and autonomy, it will make us unhappy and unhealthy. I think we're getting close to the mark, though they only hint at a real answer. I think the post states one thing I recommend is having a look at what we choose to give the most attention to from day to day. What are we getting all fired up about? I suggest trying to let the daily annoyances slide by. In any workplace, in any job, there are going to be annoyances, and it's a matter of your own conscious mindset about what we choose to get under our skin. Try not to get fired up about everything, just things that matter. It's a classic case of choosing your battles. They also say having a trusted friend in the workplace can make a big difference. Though she draws the line at friends meaning mutual weekly pointing buddy. Particularly in negative workplaces, it's really important to have a buddy, someone you can trust, someone you can go to that is supportive and positive. When approaching these situations, there are three positions: your own position, the other person's position, and the big position, or the helicopter view. I would always recommend people try and view things in a position other than just from your own point of view to give you the center perspective. As always, I have to laugh having the post for missing the point. I think it's not that you can't see your company's position in situations. I think it's a lot more deeper than that. Now, the following I find quite perceptive. Didier Elzinga, co-founder and CEO of fast-growing employee feedback and analytic platform called JoB, says the most effective thing a company can do is to create a culture where people are constantly trying to learn new things. This means giving employees the opportunity to grow in their roles and not simply perform repetitive tasks at their desk day in, day out. When people are complaining about the places where they are working at, it's often that people are just trying to make their hands work faster. Now, as a side note, working fast is not the same as working quick. Working smart is not the same as working fast, and this leads us further to a true solution. I think they really touched something there. Now for my addition to the topic. Note that the modern business structure was formed by Henry Ford. He did amazing things in that he introduced two-day weekend and he developed the assembly line technique of mass production. The assembly line technique has since been perfected and has pushed productivity sky high. Today, most offices use a form of the assembly line technique in that every worker has a role and a function that they master. Mastery increases speed, and when you pre-solve all problems or send them to head department, the workers can just keep rolling. Systems, methods, templates, they reduce cost and is good for the society. Or so it is believed. Prior to Ford, workers were expected to solve most of the day-to-day problems. A factory that made chairs would produce quite similar but differing models based on materials and adapting to slight variations or mood. There was a certain amount of artistry still in it. And prior to that, when people made a lot less, 1500s, maybe 1000, every piece was quite unique and was handmade. It took quite a while, but there was artistry into it. You can see that in the churches, the gargoyles, where everyone would have a different face. When looking at kids, you will find that the most popular game till recently, and by many accounts, is Minecraft. No real goal, just hours of work to create a creative result. It is also said that Fortnite taps into us by allowing a creative building experience. Minecraft might have just been a fad, or might just be kids, is it? In the grown-up world, you have thousands of programmers spending their weekends working for free on Linux versions. As these people are obviously mostly programmers in their week, what can be their appeal? Might it be that their normal work is very limiting? If only the chief programmers being allowed to work on the interesting bits, and the middle programmers are told to take the concepts that's coming down and turn it into workable formats. In this case, spending your weekends doing creative work and hoping it might somehow lead to a creative post in your own company might seem like a big use of your time. Or maybe people are just doing it because they want to be creative and want to prove to themselves that they actually can solve the big problems. We see the same with free software, Wikipedia, which allows you to create research pages and probably gets a lot of input from people trying to prove they're smart or prove their insight in their field, or people who just want to contribute to society, or maybe vying for research or writing jobs. The same probably drives Quora, Reddit, a lot of the other user-based information sites. Probably Quora's more than Reddit on that topic. But the main part I want to focus on is spending a lot of your free time doing free work. Then taking And actually, getting back to Minecraft, most of the time is spent by kids just chopping trees, digging holes, trying to find resources, and then a very little bit of time actually building something, which is very much like your modern day work. The taking of hours that most people spend on Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, and the like, people will research topics before responding. They will spend hours perfecting a video or a meme before posting it, and will basically do real work for no pay. And they will do it for 8 hours a day with no reward, except little irrelevant digital approvals. I think most company owners would love a setup where workers work through the weekends for free, and then have their work publicly liked and disliked by co-workers when they get back to work. And then that's being free. Thus, my hypothesis is that most jobs are lacking in platforms and creativity. Google famously had a post board inside their company where topics of discussion relating to the company was posted, and workers were allowed to comment and contribute. This led to one of the engineers being fired for a controversial comment. But the comment should have been disproved through inter-company discourse or evaluated on merit as opposed to being made public. Basically, I'm thinking they threw the baby out of the dishwater. Additionally, we have a duality problem of productivity versus creativity. The line technique of mass production is a great way of increasing productivity in the workplace. But without having to solve problems, workers feel undervalued. Work feels less meaningful. Workers cannot integrate their main strengths and feel like they cannot progress. It doesn't feel like their goals are defined, and it feels like management is distant from their needs. Every job and industry is different, but here are some ideas. Firstly, let me state that in my experience, problem solving is a rare commodity in most occupations. And as everyone extremely values an opportunity to experience it, it is usually almost selfishly administered by management. Most managers will say this is because they know more and have more experience. Though I will say that it provides a sense of accomplishment and breaks the repetitiveness of everyone that everyone longs for and is scarce. Additionally, some managers might feel that it might provide one of the trainees a chance to observe them. Now, I think this is illogical and believe that most avoid it because they reckon it will waste time and or they relish the opportunity to yet again solve a problem and revel in the accomplishment and praise that the resolution brings. Additionally, most driven people tend to think that they are the smartest person in the room. As an experiment, when you have juniors underneath you and you have a chance to solve a problem, give it to them as homework and discuss their solutions with them the next day. You might be surprised by the references that they provide, and you might learn quite a bit. Everyone will learn quite a bit, I reckon. They will learn your ability to evaluate ideas and concepts, which is something that your years of experience has taught you. And you might learn case studies and concepts that you have either not thought about in years or just haven't come across in your readings. This is obviously interdepartmental. There are some top-down exercises like having a notice board where workers can comment or idea boxes where you can post notes. But I think that the direct management approach is the best way to see if there is a remarkable difference in attitudes and productivity of workers, often making them feel more connected, valued, while they learn new skills and get likes. If done right, then you might get your genius researching on weekends and then getting likes on Monday, just like Cora, but with more specific company benefiting literature. As a closing notice, I know that I only tackled a very specific type of company structure in this video. If you would like more ideas more specific to your industry, please comment below and I will try and answer them in my honest opinion. And if there is enough, I might just do a follow-up video. And if you made it to the end, congratulations and thanks for watching.